Welcome to Woodson House again, and welcome to the Marie-Louise Trichet Art Gallery. I can't believe that I'm actually saying the following words. This year is our 20th anniversary. 20 years ago, in April of 1994, we opened the gallery. And the night that we opened the gallery, we had a dedication service. And at that service, we said many things, but we also said this. Art galleries, like other sacred spaces, often evoke silence in the people who visit them. But that does not mean that there is nothing going on. But by their very existence, art galleries make dialogue between spirits happen. Sometimes that dialogue will take the form of admiration. Sometimes it will evoke confusion or even outrage. If a gallery is a good one, it will never let its visitors leave simply contented. And we hope that we will be able to live up to this expectation today. In fact, we know it. We know it with this present exhibit entitled Realms, in which you will see the works of Mary Terrizzi, Scott Bricher, and Naya Bricher. Just a little bit of a background about each of them. Scott has created artwork for exhibitions, portrait commissions, magazines, and advertising clients since the mid-'80s. He grew up in Columbus, Ohio. In 1984, Scott graduated with honors from the Parsons School of Design in New York City. And he continued his painting, studying at the Art Students League in New York City with Nelson Shanks. He embraced digital media in the early 90s, and his work incorporates everything from oil paint to pixels, which some of you who have had the opportunity to see the exhibit already know that that is very true. A love of drawing and color underlies Scott's work, which includes dream images, often joined to mystical and mundane paintings to create the images of discovery. We like that word discovery because that is another thing that we hope people experience when they come to our gallery. They will experience something new, a new discovery. In 2012, Scott had an exhibition, a Wunderkammer, is that, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, which explored his dream cabinet of curiosities and was highlighted in the New York Times. We also have the works of Mary Terrizzi on exhibit. And Mary is a multidisciplinary artist, designer, creative director. She's skilled in jewelry design, textiles, sculpture, pottery, stained glass, painting, photography, video and film. And she's currently exploring drawing and printmaking with oil sticks and encaustics. Mary has had over 30 years of experience as a designer of publications for the internationally known White Flower Farm, for the Taunton Press, and the Children's Television Workshop. In addition to all of this, in addition to the visual arts, Mary is an enthusiastic explorer of the power of divine human potential. And we have Naya Bricher with us also. Naya was born in Trenton, New Jersey. She completed her BA degree at Smith in 2013. She is an emerging artist living and working in South Kent, a member of both the Kent Art Association and the Washington Art Association. She shows throughout the country in juried exhibitions, including the 63rd Art of the Northeast at the Silvermine Art Center. This fall, she was a resident artist at the Vermont Studio Center, and presently she is a studio assistant for the local artist, Stephen Lowy. We're really enthusiastic about having this exhibit here because, if anything, art can come from certainly desire, but I think we are proving through this exhibit it also comes through DNA.
Welcome to Realms. This is our first family installation. When contemplating the gallery space here at Wisdom House, we wanted to transform the room and create a cohesive exhibit. And in our own right, as you just learned, we're our own independent artists, and rather than display a selection of works in various styles, we conceived a project with a common format, the scroll. It is new to each member of the family, but allowed us to maintain our individuality without catering to one of our primary mediums. The unfolding scrolls were created through different techniques. We were each charged with 30 feet of imagery, and throughout the creation process, the 30 feet could never be viewed in its entirety, let alone with the other scrolls, as we just didn't have the space at home. So just like viewing a hand scroll down the lower image, we could only view a small portion at a time. The 3 bands of the scroll also function as an iteration of the exquisite corpse, which is a method by which a collection of words or images is collectively assembled. The technique was invented by the Surrealists as a parlor game. You can see they pasted together images of heads and machinery and bodies and these different segmented figures. And this has grown into children's books, which gives children the ability to mix and match, the head, the torso, and the tail. So essentially, my mom, Mary Terrizzi, is the head, I'm the torso, and my dad is the tail. But mentally laying out the exhibit, we realized that the scrolls would form 3 bands around the gallery. And based on content and imagery, these scrolls began to signify the upper, middle, and lower realms of the shamanic tradition. Through a range of spiritual studies, we grew aware of shamanism, a practice that involves a practitioner reaching altered states of consciousness in order to encounter and interact with the spirit world and channel these transcendental energies into the world. We drew a parallel in this practice with the creative process. Each scroll has a distinct energy, but is not finite in meaning. They're merely a glimpse into the artist's experience rather than a definitive survey of a particular realm. And again, I would like to welcome you to Realms and invite my mom, Mary Terrizzi, up to talk about her scrolls.